I'm going to read to you how this young lady came to be. Miss Charleston has been a CASA for 14 years. Now, you know, in CASA years, that's like 100. She has a genuine spirit and heart for children that are abused and neglected. Ms. Charleston approaches every case she has with the utmost of integrity, honesty, and most of all, with the children's best interest at the forefront. Ms. Charleston is never afraid to speak up and ask the tough questions. Brenda, as she's affectionately called, is not afraid to go into the rough neighborhoods and will visit her assigned CASA children at all costs. Ms. Charleston has never met a case or family that she would shy away from. She is affectionately known as CIA Brenda. To this date, Brenda has been assigned over 15 cases, and she has worked a couple of them simultaneously. Brenda seeks the truth and facts in writing from all of the contacts that she puts out on a paper. She will have 1,001 notes. And then she'll come to the office and her supervisor will have to gather it all up for us. And now we're gonna put it succinctly here, Brenda, you know, because a lot of times she has the information, but just going to put it in her report, she struggles just a little bit. But that's okay because she has a support staff that is willing to go ahead and do that for her. When the children's welfare is concerned, she is all about the safety and permanency. Her persistence in obtaining the facts, because of her persistency in obtaining the facts, some of the jurists even request her by name when they're assigning a CASA. Ladies and gentlemen, she does all of this while caring for her invalid mother, and she takes care of her. She makes sure her mother's taken care of first, and then, excuse me, she comes in and does her work, and she'll call the office 1,001 times to make sure that this is right or this is new information. So it is my pleasure, if I seem a little biased, to present the Michigan CASA Volunteer of the Year 2017 Patricia Wagner Volunteer of the Year Award to Brenda Charleston, Wayne County. Accepting for Brenda is her direct supervisor because Brenda is at home with the flu. Okay, she was going to try to be here, but it just got her down. So I made an executive decision to stay home. We did not want her to infect any of us. So,
one of those, yeah.
So just pretend like this is Brenda. Court-appointed Special Advocates 2017, Patricia Wagner, CASA Volunteer of the Year, awarded to Brenda Charleston, Wayne County CASA.
Thank you. On behalf of Brenda, as her supervisor, me and Brenda got off to a rocky start because, I came in 2 years ago and, so I was new. I'm not new to social services. I've been in it about 23 years, but she was a CASA who had 12 years under her belt, and here this supervisor comes in and, she think I'm just fresh meat. And so the very first case that I had to supervise with her, her first report was due. And as he said, she kind of has a little issue with putting it into the actual report. So the other supervisor that was there, I was just struggling with putting this report together because I'm used to reports coming at least halfway done. And so the other supervisor took over and actually edited the report. But when Brenda got the report submitted, she thought I edited the report. And some of the things were taken out of the report. And so that was the first side eye that she gave me. Like, who are you? You came in and edited my report? I am CIA Brenda. And so that same court hearing was a very, very difficult case with a mother that Brenda had really gotten very involved with. This mother would be texting Brenda, emailing Brenda, screenshots of Facebook conversations of threats from her husband and all of that, all times of night and everything. So during the court hearing, there were some things that didn't go the mother's way. And so I was still back in the court hearing, getting the reports. And when I came out of the door, down the hall, all I could hear was Brenda and her in between the mother, her attorney, and the father's attorney. And I couldn't hear anybody else but Brenda. And this is my casa, and I'm like, what is going on? And so I heard her say something to the effect of, well, she didn't do that. They did something to her. And so when I came on the scene, I immediately said, Brenda, stop. Stop. And, I was trying to find out what was going on. And so afterwards, we debriefed and everything because I'm coming in to protect my casa. But Brenda thought, here this new supervisor coming in here, she don't even know what's going on, and why is she representing me when they were having an altercation? And so we had to have a meeting and everything, and we came to an understanding, and she found out exactly what I was doing in protecting her in that situation. And now we are inseparable on all of our cases. Even one of the attorneys that is known as a bulldog, she tried to get with us, and I put her in her place. And she was telling me, well, I got 30 years of experience. I said, well, I really don't care, but we were assigned by the judge, so you go and talk to the judge, but you're not going to talk to my casa. And so now me and Brenda are the best of friends, and actually I have her on 3 cases at one time right now. But most of them are for information because the referees actually requested her because she'll get that information. I had to leave the office, I was not at the office Friday, so I had to make sure that I got information, facts from a sergeant that Brenda had gotten that information that the worker couldn't get about a mother that was incarcerated, and the sergeant was sending me that information. Brenda was like, I need that information before you leave for the casa. So Brenda is a great heart, and I have the pleasure of working with her.
If you ever meet her, you'll know exactly what we're talking about.